up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be kind of a short video. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. I'm pretty much taking a break from studying for my final. I have a very big final tomorrow. So I've been studying for about a week, and I'm pretty much going into it as hard as I can. So that's kind of that. So I'm going to try to keep this video short and sweet. So if I seem short of breath or anything like that, is because I struggle with really bad anxiety and just in general, but test anxiety and all sorts of like other anxieties, pertaining to school. I put a lot of pressure on myself around finals time. Part of it's really because I'm used to being kind of borderline with classes, even though I'm running straight A's this year. So I have that same amount of pressure, even though I don't have much to worry about. Even if I were to bomb the test with a 15 out of 100, I could pass the class. So I don't want that to happen. I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm in a position where I'm completely safe. I'm not going to fail the class regardless of how I score on the exam. But that pressure also amounts to me trying to pass and keep my straight A's. So yeah, that's kind of the spiel on the finals for today. So that's why I didn't have a video up Friday, and I sincerely apologize. And that's why I don't have a normal video up today. Obviously, you guys are seeing this instead. But I have a couple things I wanted to talk about, and that's pretty much that. So, obviously, first off, I want to start off with a happy birthday to my really good friend, Michael, aka Kindlestone. People probably don't even know this, but who watch both channels. But me and Michael have known each other since the 8th grade, so we go back a long way. And Michael's turning 21 today. When you guys are seeing this video, I'm filming this on Sunday, so obviously not his birthday, but when you guys are seeing it, it's his birthday. So be sure to go follow him on Instagram, Kindlestone, or one of his 3 pages, just Kindlestone, Kindlestone_Dodge for his Charger, and Kindlestone _MSpeed 3 for his Mazda. One of those 3. Go wish him happy birthday. I bet it would make his day a little bit to see people wishing him happy birthday. Also, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. I guess promoting him a little bit there. But yeah, that's kind of that. So, yeah. So originally I'd filmed a video, pretty much the update to my mental health situation. I made a video 6 months ago titled "It's Time to Talk About Mental Health." I promised at the end of that video I'd do a 6 month kind of update to it, and that's kind of the purpose of this video. So if you guys haven't already seen that video, go ahead and check it out, because even I'm going to reference a few things from that video, but the primary goal of this video is to kind of talk about what's happened since then, since I made that video. So that's kind of that. I originally filmed that. I kind of gone over a flashback of everything, and it took me a while. So this time I'm just going to ask you guys, if you guys want to know the original, if you guys want to see the original video or talk about everything, I'll probably try to link it up here somewhere where you guys can go see it. Obviously, if it's not there, I apologize. I'm pretty much, like I said, working against the clock right now to get the studying done for the final. But so what's happened since then? So 6 months ago, I talked about how the truck had broken down several times. I talked about some relationship issues, the friend group falling apart, and stuff of that nature. So I'm going to go into depth on this one about what's happened since, the updates, what's happened that's good, what's happened that's done not so good. So I guess we'll start off with, well, the truck. So obviously, when it comes to the truck, I've had a couple of hiccups. The truck, reliability-wise, has been fine. I haven't had any issues out of it at all. Knock on this, probably fake wood. Knock on this, probably fake wood. Reliability-wise, the truck's been fine, but when it comes to mods this year, it's been very slow. And it's not due to me not wanting to mod it or focusing too much on my other hobbies. In fact, really, both my hobbies the last 3 months, classic game collecting and my car stuff, has been at a stalemate. I've done nothing between the 2 hobbies. So it makes it hard for me to be able to talk about it in videos, but pretty much when it comes to the truck, I had gotten a scholarship grant, actually, back in August or September, mid-September, for about a little over $2,000. Unfortunately, so I had to loan some of the money out, a grand total about $1,700. And then I had $700 worth of money that was leisure that I spent on other things. I'd actually bought the tire that fixed my truck to make it not scary anymore to drive. With that money, I took care of a couple other things. I don't remember everything I took care of. But I, used that to take care of little ins and outs throughout my life. And that initial money that I loaned out was going to be the main mod fund. It was going to be the fund for the exhaust setup, the headers install, the mid pipe, the mufflers, everything. It was going to be the fund that would help me install my new steering rack, because my steering rack's been leaking for probably close to 2 years now. And I need to replace it so I can get my alignment done and get my camber corrected, and I was going to use it to lower the truck just an inch more. I had other things I'd wanted to do, ins and outs, if I had money left over. But obviously, since I haven't had that money returned to me yet, it's been difficult. I don't want to talk about where the money is gone. It's not any of my friends. It's kind of just a private matter between me and that person and those people I had to loan the money out to. So that's literally been why I haven't modded the truck this much this year. A lot of people have been complaining that I haven't done any mod videos, that all my videos are just talking, and that's been why. And there's not a lot I can do about it. I talked about it before in an update video that I pretty much work right at minimum wage. So it's very hard for me to pay my expenses, you know, gas, food, other sorts of expenses I need, while also being able to support a car fund, because car mods are not cheap. And if you get cheap car mods, they're built like garbage, and I don't want that. I want to have quality parts. So it makes it incredibly difficult to mod the truck, because it's not the parts are expensive for it. It's because I don't have the funds. And the problem is the job I have right now, because fun fact, if you guys didn't know, I work underneath my parents. My parents, my mom in particular, has an LLC for her core reporting. Pretty much, I work as pretty much her delivery driver of sorts. I'm just a gopher. She tells me where I need to go. I go and do the job. She pays me accordingly. And it could be anything from helping out with the siblings to doing stuff around the house that she can't do, or going out and doing work-related things, which hasn't happened very often. I think it's only happened once or twice, and I've actually had to go and help out with her core reporting side. But pretty much, it sounds a lot like chores, which people are probably going to scoff at and be like, "That's not a real job." But it is. But we actually have paperwork we're working on. You know, we talk about working on for taxes and stuff about it. So that's how serious we're taking it. It's effectively a real job, but working for my parents effectively. So, which is why, and part of the reason I haven't jumped ship and gotten a new job is because of the flexibility of the scheduling. The scheduling that I have right now is very flexible to my schoolwork. It works around school, because that's what my parents have pressured me for my entire life, is to put education at number one, which is why I don't have a full-time job. I don't even have a normal, I guess you could say a normal part-time job. I left Advance for other reasons, but that did put a lot of strain on my school schedule, which is, it wasn't my main reason. It was definitely towards the bottom of reasons I left, but it did play a factor into it. And the flexibility is really what I need right now while I'm still in school, which is why I haven't jumped ship and gotten a new job yet. If I didn't have school going on right now, I would have jumped ship a long time ago and tried to get a better job. I'd be trying to work with Michael, or trying to do what Hayden does and how he makes his money, or doing some other kind of thing in that realm. But since the flexibility is there to help me out with my schoolwork so I can put time into school, that's why I'm able to do that. But anyway, that's not even pertaining to my mental health. It's just an explanation of where my financial background is. But it obviously, stuff like that, hate comments in general, even though I say I laugh them off a lot of the time, some comments like the ones that I've gotten where they just chastise my videos for being all talking and not modding, people need to understand kind of the background behind it and what's going on. So I guess that's why I wanted to go off on that tangent. But as far as modding the truck has gone, it's not been an issue of you not wanting to do it or not having the right mods to pick from. It's been lack of skill on my end, because I'm not a mechanic, and find money. Pretty much though, once I get the fund returned to me, I've said it a million times, once I have that money returned to me, I'm gonna go and get everything I need. But right now, that's kind of that. So what about everything else I talked about? The friend group falling apart. So at the time I made that video, the entire friend group had fallen apart. I was down to pretty much just Hayden. Michael had branched off for a minute doing his own thing. The rest of the group, Kason, the other Brandon, not Integra Brandon, but the other Brandon, and Jake and everybody else had kind of branched off and done their own thing. There's a whole backstory behind everything that I don't want to put on blast, because that's all of our personal details. It's not for anyone else to know but us. and the group pretty much just dissolved. It was at the time. It was just me and Hayden. Since like I said, Michael at the time was doing his own thing, so we weren't talking to each other much at all, really, around that time period. But eventually, things patched up a little bit. Michael came back in the picture rather hardcore. We kind of, made amends in a sense, I guess you could say. And Michael's back in the picture. So now it's the three of us back again. So I guess in that sense, that's been an improvement. Is that the that part of the friend group's patched up, and we're all cordial with each other. So it's not like we despise each other's existence, want each other to die. It's the entirety of the original friend group just kind of spread out and did their own thing. That's kind of just that. There was never any sort of animosity between all of us. That's kind of that. So that, I guess that's a plus, is that the friend group's kind of bounced back in. But on top of that, obviously the entire group's not back together. I still have little things that I again don't want to go into, it's personal details that have gone on with that situation. But that's pretty much that. But obviously everything hasn't been sunshine and rainbows. Everyone can tell that the last few months. Health issues. I was working towards losing weight. I was very confident. I was very happy with myself. I've kind of stagnated, if not gained weight, the last few months due to not necessarily my dieting. My dieting has been about the same as it was before I'd stopped exercising as hardcore as I was. So I haven't necessarily gained weight from eating junk all the time, because I don't. I usually rarely eat junk food. My issue is more just not being active. If I could get out and walk walk an hour a day, I would lose weight probably rather quickly, like I was. But what happened is I had a couple close calls where I either got ran over in my neighborhood, and it pretty much just spooked me. It's something I need to get over. It's just I had a couple close calls. I've had multiple people nearly run me over. And I don't want that to happen. So obviously I could remedy that by going somewhere, but again, finances are a problem. I can really only afford to put about 3/4 tank in the truck every time I get paid. So it becomes a problem. But that's kind of how that's working out. So there's not really much of a problem in terms of that. I just need to get back on the bandwagon, and then we'll be back together. Obviously, cancer's been a huge problem. I lost a second cousin about 2 or 3 months ago to it. Breast cancer, just like there are a lot of people in my family have. I didn't talk about it as much because it didn't affect me as much. It sounds bad, but it was on my dad's side of the family. My dad's side of the family, we're not stupid close with. We were cordial with each other, but we aren't talking to each other every second of every day. In fact, I hadn't even seen this cousin in close to about 2 years. Since before we moved here to this house. So it's been a long time since I've even spoken to them. So while it hurt, it wasn't a crucial issue or anything like that. And then, of course, my mom got diagnosed with it, and that took a toll on me. Fortunately, as it stands right now, we don't have official confirmation of this, but it appears that she is cancer-free, which is great news. She had a surgery to remove the calcifications back last Tuesday. So she's been recovering ever since then, and is hopefully going to be back to 100% next week, or this week, and we'll be good to go again. Be like nothing ever happened. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on in that regard. Obviously, relationship stuff. I've been very quiet about it because there's actually some of the girls I've talked to that actually follow the channel. So I actually have fears about saying too much and making them look bad or anything like that. Because that's the last thing I want to do. Regardless of how things work out, I do not want to put people on blast on this channel. And I've done it once in the past with obviously someone in particular from the friend group. That I don't want to go into detail on that whole thing again. I don't want to bring it back up, but I don't like putting people on blast. It's probably my least favorite thing to do. So I've had, ever since the last video, I was talking to a girl at the time for a couple of months, and we went on a date, but she didn't want to continue, and I'd gotten my hopes up, and that's pretty much that. It broke me down a little bit because I'd gotten my hopes up. I got excited. Ever since then, I guess I've been a little bit more cold, in a sense that while I've been there, when I'm talking to a girl now, because I actually joined several online dating sites, 3 to be exact, one of which is primarily where I've met people. If conversations stall out or anything like that, Obviously, my communication skills are not necessarily the greatest, so I hate doing it, but I resort to ghosting a lot of the time too, which is ironic because it's very hypocritical of me, and I will be the first to admit that because I hate doing it, because I know it's been done to me before. But a lot of the time when I do it, it's because I feel there is animosity towards me. They're not interested in me anymore. So if I feel like that there is not anything there for me, I'll resort to that. And obviously, I really hate doing it. It sucks because it's been done to me before. My last girlfriend, who I was very very much happy with at the time, did it to me, and it tore me apart. It ruined me for about a year. It played a huge part in why I almost committed suicide last year. But anyway, that's besides the point. And I went into too much detail there, but I'm probably not gonna get that out because I've got very little time to waste. But as far as relationships go, it's been rough still. I've still been single for 2 years. I've been on one date in the last 2 years. So it's been brutal. But hopefully that turns around eventually. Things start looking up hopefully very soon, and I can have a good positive update on that end. But anyway, that's an update in the mental health. I apologize if the video wound up turning out long. I said I was going to keep it short, but I lied. I sincerely hope I can have a proper sport track video up on Wednesday. So leave me some ideas in the comments, because once you guys see this video, I'll be taking my test. So obviously, I'll be done after this video. After you guys see the day, in the coming days after you see this video, if you watch it on the day it went up. So I will, obviously have a lot more time to spend with the truck doing videos. So give me some ideas you guys want me to do, and I will gladly, fulfill the best I can to some of the response you guys give me. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. I gotta get back to studying because I spent way too much time recording this. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.